Hey, I love new things. I love dreaming up new ideas, trying things, seeing if they will work. And I love making great relationships in this whole world of praise charts. And I've got something so exciting to share with you, something brand new, something almost like it's not even fully cooked yet. And yet it's inside praise charts. It's called Match My Sound. And I have the CEO of this company here to talk with me right now, and we are going to show you what this looks like right inside Praise Charts. Very experimental, but fun potential that we could have to explore how to teach people to sing and play these songs with greater levels of confidence. So let's go. I've got David Small over here, the CEO of Match My Sound. Here we go. David, welcome to the Praise Charts show.
Good to meet you, Ryan. Thank you for having me.
Right on. Well, this is fun because, normally I'm doing lots of interviews with songwriters and artists and worship leaders. And as you know, we have thousands of songs that the church is singing, and we're trying to give them resources. And ultimately, like my heart in everything we do is building their confidence so that when they show up on stage, they've got this kind of vibrancy in their spirit and confidence to lead people
hmm
and hopefully change their lives. And I think you have a similar heart, but you just come at it from kind of a different way. And I'm interested. Tell me a little bit about your heart in educating musicians and some of the innovation that is stewing up from that.
Thank you. Well, thank you for the opportunity, Ryan.
Yeah.
I've been a lifelong musician. I started teaching when I was 17, back many, many years ago. I was kind of odd because I was a guitar player who could actually read music. And back in I hate to say it, in the 60s, that
Mm-hmm.
was a very rare commodity. So my choir teacher one day looked at me and said, Smoliver, you read music. I go, yeah. He goes, you play guitar. I go, yeah. He goes, how would you like to teach a girl how to play guitar? This mother keeps on calling me.
Hmm.
And I said, a job? A potential date? Absolutely.
It all lines up.
And that's where I started. I was a junior in high school, and my first student, Ryan, was it was really interesting. I learned more from my first student than I did ever since then.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
sat down with I had brought my music stand and my music book, um, and I sat down next to the young lady and I said, I want you to we're going to start right here at the first page. Try to look at the page, but don't try to look so much at your hand. Try to see if you can look at the page and not rely on your hand. And after a few times, she was getting it, and she's looking up in the air and down at the ground and looking at her dog in the corner, but she's still playing the music.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, no, 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 please try to concentrate on the music. And she looked at me and said, I don't need to.
Hmm.
I have a photographic memory. So the first person I ever taught had this really unique way of processing information.
Wow.
And and I realized that everybody comes to anything they want to learn from their own framework.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky. I learned that the first day that I
Yeah.
started teaching.
So great. Listen, I got to tell you a
Yeah.
little story of mine because the reason I'm in Praise Charts is definitely I love music. I love to play guitar and piano. And I have on the piano, there's definitely musicians that influence me as a pianist, like Michael W. Smith, for example. He's just one of the guys that I think of, I kind of want to emulate. But on the guitar, it's definitely like there's two probably Coldplay and Ed
Mhm.
Sheeran. And I went to both of their concerts within the last month and just had the time of my life watching those guys, just masters of musicianship. And I know that you know this,
Yeah.
that Ed Sheeran in particular has a unique heart for educating musicians. Like you see
Yeah.
videos of him and he's in little band classes playing his songs, and is like he's not just out there in the lights and smoke and all of that.
His style is very accessible. To play it really well
Yeah.
takes years,
Yeah.
but to play it so that you can enjoy it
Mm-hmm.
and sing along
Mm-hmm.
takes a few weeks. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you just approach it in a way where you're being helped through the song.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what our technology is trying to do, and what somebody like Ed does when he does a video about his song. He
Yeah.
breaks it down into
Yeah.
small component parts, make it simple.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to show you and all of our listeners here right now how we are taking this very technology that Ed Sheeran was so attracted to. We've embedded it into Praise Charts. So right now we've got songs by Phil Wickham, Charity Gale, Lauren Daigle, Hillsong, Chris Tomlin, Elevation. We've got these samples. Right now, they're actually all free. So someone could come in, go to praisecharts.com/matchmysound and just try this out with us. Take it for a
Yeah.
spin, take it for a ride. We're experimenting, we're innovating here. We're trying to just progress forward. So if you're ready, I'm going to show what this looks like. Here we
Sure.
are. This is at praisecharts.com/matchmysound. There's not even a direct link right now in Praise Charts. You would just have to watch this video and find this. We're doing some early promotions on this, but here's a little video that kind of gives a bit of a window at the top, and it says watch a demo, so anybody could do that. But if I click into a song, so I'm going to take this song, I Speak Jesus, which is quite a simple song. It's almost like the church version of Perfect. It's like a
Yeah.
perfect, beautiful song of worship. But tell me what you have done to get that song that we all know into Praise Charts in this unique format. And then I'm going to click around some of the buttons and show some of the features here.
Okay. Well, right now we have the full piece, the SATB,
Yes.
and we have the accompanied part. Any one of those can be isolated. So if you're the soprano and you wanted to learn to sing the soprano part, you just click on the soprano part
Yeah.
and you can listen to it as many times as you want. You can sing along with it in just hitting the play button up there, the green thumb right there,
Yeah.
and along. Depending upon, sometimes we have a real audio if that's been available to us, or sometimes it's a MIDI sound,
Yeah.
but it is the exact sound and pitch and rhythm of the notes that you're supposed to sing.
Right.
So once you feel comfortable that you can sing the part, you can then, well, maybe there's a section that's a little bit difficult. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can uh, take two or three measures that are difficult and just repeat them. We can loop
Hmm.
them. Uh, and you can listen to different things in the background. You can listen to your part. You can listen to the full choir, or just the accompanying part. All sorts of things. But the simplest thing to do is, when you're learning it, is to sing along with your part.
Yeah.
And you to do this with some headphones, because then when you sing, the microphone on your computer or your laptop or your phone, whatever you're using, will pick up you singing. And then at the end of what you have sung, a display shows you what you did correctly and what you did incorrectly.
Hmm.
And it can be a little
I
intimidating at
mean, I
first.
wonder, maybe I should just try this right now. It might work, might not. So just a second. Here we go. Yeah, it's coming. Here we go. So I just want to speak the name of Jesus. Every dark addiction starts to break. Okay, that's enough there. Let's see what happened there, okay? Go listen, retry. What should I do now? What do you think? Seems you performed a
Well,
few
I
wrong
think
notes.
say okay.
Yeah.
Um, hit
Go listen,
go.
right?
Yeah, go listen.
Look at
Yep,
that. Okay,
and
this is kind of what we wanted to show you. I mean, this is beautiful. This looks stunning, and it's showed me feedback on how well I'm singing. Is that what it's doing?
exactly. Your
Yeah.
rhythm was and your tempo. If you see a straight line like you see there at the
Yeah.
top, it's a
Yeah.
straight line. Your tempo is perfect.
Yeah.
If you speed up or slow down, line as you see the second line, it'll go
Yeah.
down below the horizon. If you slow up, it'll
I
go
see.
above the horizon, not too fast. And
Yeah.
then if you click on your mouse on the red line,
Yeah.
right, like you're doing there, it shows you exactly what you did wrong.
Yeah. Right.
So you're saying wrong note, and in any place where you have deviated from the exact pitch that you should be doing, it'll tell you.
It's amazing how beautiful you have made this, like right embedded into the music. Like I'm literally reading the notes and then the colors just like beam at me. Of course, red is I need to improve that. I want green, I
Yeah,
want straight lines. That I mean, I didn't even
that's
ask you. I didn't
exactly
even
it.
read the manual and I'm assuming I want a green straight line. If I can sing it like that, I'm getting the song. Is that right?
That's
Yeah.
what you're shooting. Exactly.
Fantastic.
And
Yeah.
and and the first time you do it, you just got to get used to singing and hearing the part. I think it takes people about 3 or 4 times to get comfortable,
Yeah.
but once they do, they bring that to every song that has Match My Sound in it. And one of the things that is really important is to not try to sing the whole song.
Right.
Just at first, sing a few measures, 4, 5, 6, 7 measures, get used to it, get comfortable. Once you are comfortable with it, then go in
Mm-hmm.
and hit record. But start with hitting play, singing along, getting comfortable that you're singing, in pitch and in rhythm, and then go back and then hit record.
Yeah.
Because it's people generally, when they hit record, get a little bit tense, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because it's it. We try to make it non-judgmental, but
Yeah.
we are telling you you did something right or you did something wrong. Okay?
But hey, it's just me and a computer. I mean, it's
Um,
not actually a person. At least it's not a teacher that's, standing over my shoulder. It's the benefit of that without the embarrassment, if it's just me in my office. So there you go.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think if you're the music director or the conductor, having all of your choir members and your praise band learning their parts before they come to
Yes.
rehearsal,
Yeah.
how much more time you can spend on musicality
Mm-hmm.
and not learning the notes, but learning the aesthetic of what you're trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what our hope is that as people use it more and more often, that the choir can concentrate on making music, not getting the notes right, because
Right.
that's all taken care of in guided practice.
Yes. Yeah. I like how I was just noticing because you're saying don't necessarily sing the whole song. So if I just click this little sections thing and I mark a new section, like I'm just doing this
Yep,
now, and then, I can like drag it around and then looks like oh, that's my player, but
yep,
mark the sections and then boom. So now here's the other side of it. I was looking for that. So if I bring that up to here, and so just as an example, let's say I'm struggling with just these two measures. Well, I could
yep,
loop them, right? I could sing them over and over until I get confident in it.
yep.
And quite possibly,
Exactly.
yeah, go ahead.
That's exactly what you do. Um, and what happens when you do something like this in what is a loop? It'll play those two measures and it'll repeat them until you tell it to stop.
Yeah.
So you can just go over it and over it and over it until you're comfortable with it.
Yeah. And, even for myself, when I was just doing this in front of you, and for any of you who are listening, like, I actually haven't done this before. This whole world that David is introducing, he's been working with our developers. And then they came to me
Right.
saying, hey, you need to get on a call with David and go over Match My Sound. So I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool if you actually introduced it to someone where it's kind of new to me. This hasn't been a perfect experience, but I'm discovering it in front of everyone here. And I felt that nervousness or tension when I'm like, okay, press and record. Am I gonna sing right? How am I gonna? But if I
Yeah.
got into a loop over a couple of measures, I bet you by the time I sang it 4 or 5 times, now I would forget about it's just me and my computer.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. I'm just playing here with trying to get better as a vocalist, right?
No. And what we're trying to say, this is not a performance. This is
Yeah.
guided practice.
Yeah.
This is having, you know, a reminder of what the music should sound like.
Yeah.
And I really can't stress how important it is before you hit play. Just get comfortable with it. Hit record. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before you hit record, hit play
Record.
and sing it.
Yes.
Yeah, and sing it a bunch of times. And then
Yes.
once you have the feeling that you have it down and you feel confident, then hit record.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you do that, it'll take you back to the total beginning. Listen to the accompanying part, but it'll when it counts you in, it'll give you the pitch that you're supposed to begin with.
Right.
So
Okay.
you don't have to find your pitch.
Yeah. All right. I actually have a question, if you don't mind me asking, because when I was doing this, I had picked the tenor part, but is it going to play for me the accompaniment as I sing the tenor line, or is it just going to be giving me the tenor line to mimic?
It's a great question. It all depends what you choose for backing track.
Okay, so
So
show
if
me that.
you over, it's really small on my
I'm
screen.
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got up here, it says the voice that I can pick. So enter full
Yeah.
screen. I mean, that might be interesting to enter. Oh, look at that. I don't know if I should do that. And then options. I'm not sure if
Click
it's
on
in
that.
options. Oh, okay. Options is
There you
backing
go.
track. Is that right? So
Yep.
I didn't see that. So that's good to know. That's
There
easy.
you go.
That's under options for anyone that's looking. And I'm just going to try to take this section. I'm going to reset that section so that I don't have just a section right now. I'm going to go right back to the beginning of this song, and I'm just going to press play, if you don't mind, just so I can hear. Okay, so that's feeling a little more familiar to me, that I could
Yeah.
sing along with that. Obviously, that's just a MIDI representation of the song,
Right.
but still, if I would have gone even back, I think if I were to do this again, I would probably start from before I start singing, like give
Yeah.
myself a few measures, and then be ready to kind of go into it. And
Exactly.
yeah,
And people should experiment. Go back to where you chose the backing track again.
yep, okay, the options, yep,
Yeah. And you have all these things that you can be listening to
right,
in
right,
playback mode and in
yes,
recording mode. So
yes,
some people want to hear a click track
yeah,
just so they get on rhythm. Some people want to hear the part that they're singing, so they want to hear the demo audio. So all
yes,
of those things are optional. And
yes,
and what we want people to do is play around, see what works for them best.
yes.
And then that becomes basically the default. Whatever they choose is what's going to happen next time.
Yeah. Well, for those of you listening, if you want to come and dive into Praise Charts and try this out, definitely, if you want to put your experimenter hat on, click on these options, see what works, what doesn't work. If you have trouble, email us at Praise Charts. We'll find out the answers for you, and want to try to make this very useful. I'm also thinking that I would love to sing with the original recording. Now, is that possible, or that's possible with some and not with others? Or tell me about that.
It, it would all depend what we actually, whatever praise chart audio we got. If it
Yes,
comes with the real audio, that's what we sync up. If it
right.
comes without the real audio, then we use the MIDI. So
Yeah,
we'll have bunches of different opportunities
yeah,
um,
yeah,
as we build out more and more in the catalog. To
yeah,
me, um, I think it's stepwise. The first thing is just to get the sound of your part, and this is also I want to remind everybody that there's also in terms of full arrangements. Sometimes there's a guitar part here. Sometimes
yeah,
there's a bass part.
yeah,
Depending upon what the original is, and once you get comfortable singing along with your part, then sing along with the full backing track because then you don't have that much. You're not relying exactly on what your soprano next to you is singing.
yeah,
You're relying on your part being correct with the whole choir,
yeah.
um, and that kind of flexibility and that kind of challenge is also built into the process of learning with Match My Sound.
Right, right. Fantastic. Well, I want to say, like, it really looks sharp. I'm really impressed of how you are embedding this not only into praise charts, which is super convenient for people who are already, in our world, and thank you for taking the effort to do that, but also embedding this right in the music so that you're actually reading true notes, and
Yeah,
then the feedback that you're giving with the red. I mean, nobody likes to see red, but hey, it's just you and a computer. So once you figure that out, then
yeah,
just keep working at it. Loop these sections. Go for the straight line green. See if you can get in there. Play with it. And then, I mean, hey, if it's good enough for Ed Sheeran, it's good enough for me, right? So there you go. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I think
And
it's
we love to get the feedback from everybody trying it because we're always learning how to do things better when we hear what's working and not working for
yeah,
the users that Match My Sound.
for sure. All right. Well, David, thank you for giving us a window into this new world. I know it's a bit experimental, but it can only get better from here. And you're clearly on a great track with some. I'm so proud of you for the connections you're already making, even in the world outside of Praise Charts. We're happy to join this kind of little innovation journey with you and ultimately, breathe confidence into singers and musicians. So we're on that track with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I greatly
All right.
appreciate it.
I hope this has been inspiring and encouraging to those of you. So we'll see you next time.